I'm here with Greg Curtis with the Good Earth Greenhouse, and we're talking about insects and diseases today. I know, some people's favorite topics when it comes to gardening,
Sure.
but it can be an issue, but there are ways that if you have a problem, you can treat it relatively easily or prevent it from being a problem in the first place.
You can, Jeff. And you and I were talking actually before we came on this morning about this particular insect, crepe myrtle bark scale. We've been talking about it as long as you and I could remember. So that's, for me, that's only about 4 years back. It's about as far as I can remember. I don't know about for you, but we've been talking about it a long time.
Yeah, we have been, and it's a problem that's gotten worse. It doesn't necessarily kill the crepe myrtles, but it makes them not bloom as much, and the infected trees will spread to other trees.
It will over time, and that's what we're seeing. And having more people home this summer and this winter, we've had more and more pictures come in, more and more examples being brought in. So what we're showing right now is what you're going to be doing this time of year. So as long as the temperature is above freezing, you can be using a dormant oil or what you have is a horticultural oil. But you want to do it and have it be on there long enough so when it drops below freezing, it's dried all the way.
So important to make sure that you're doing that. And then there's a couple of other products here that we can use to make sure to keep the pests away.
Yeah, and we'll talk about those in the spring, but probably one of the best ways, because we can't talk about everything this morning, is go to our website, thegoodearthgarden.com, go to the Learning Center. Mm-hmm. There's a blog post specifically for crepe myrtle bark scale, and it gets accessed all the way from Fort Worth all the way to Little Rock. So it's a good blog post, explains it really thoroughly. But the main thing you gotta do is do something. I mean, don't just sit there and let it turn completely black. Try to do something to start controlling it.
Yeah, especially since it does spread. So it's going to go from, if it's your tree, you might think, well, it's not too big a deal. But then it goes to your neighbors, and then it goes to their neighbors, and then it's a much bigger problem. And if it was treated, if everybody just went out and say treated it this year, they treated their crepe myrtles, we probably wouldn't have a bark scale problem anymore for a while.
It almost sounds like a pandemic commercial that we're talking about here. Other thing, people, we're talking about crepe myrtles, they're going to start pruning them. So prune, lightly prune. Don't go in and my suggestion is don't go in and just chop them off. So this time of year, prune them a little bit, use some type of dormant oil, and let's get things going.
And then you'll have beautiful crepe myrtles this spring.
You will.
All right, that's all the time we have for this week. Join us back here next Wednesday.